NFL insider Dianna Russini reported that the Chiefs could look to bringing in a veteran running back. While it is a great running back draft, we talked about it. You know where I stand. I want Keyshawn Judkins where I want. But the veteran running back market could actually – teams who don't have a lot of money could actually benefit from the great running back draft class because there's a lot of good vets out there. Some of the names, Aaron Jones, which Aaron Jones, by the way, looks phenomenal in a Chiefs uniform. Aaron Jones, Kareem Hunt, Jaylen Warren, Najee Harris, Jamaal Williams, Nick Chubb, Javonte Williams, J.K. Dobbins, Eli Mitchell, Rico Dowdle, to name some of the few guys that are free agents. A lot of good names there. And this comes after a report that the Chiefs are not considering an extension for Isiah Pacheco. They want to see he can prove that he can stay healthy for a full season and to see how he bounces back from the ankle injury that he had last year. So a lot of uncertainty in the running back room. A lot of people have Chiefs drafting running back. Some have us going to get a running back. JD, it seems like another one of the rooms that, we may have to rebuild in a way. Because Pacheco's the only guy there. Carson Steele's technically a fullback. So it's kind of one of those things right now where it's willing to have Pacheco in that room right now. How do you envision the offseason for the Chiefs? Do you need to go veteran running back? Do you want to go running back in the draft? I know we talked about Judkins a little bit the other day, but where do you want to? How do you want to kind of build the RB room? Do you think they go running back or the rookie, or do they go a veteran ad?
Oh man, I see you got Aaron Jones' headline right. Okay, my nephew looked the same, so he just got him. What's up, Neff? He's in here. You right on time, baby. Right on time. Yeah. Nah. You know what? I like Kareem Hunt. I'm a Kareem Hunt fan. I like Pacheco. They wasn't going to work on a long-term deal because they didn't need to with him. So you could go one or two ways. I think there's very talented guys in the draft. You were talking about the depths of running backs in the draft this year. And so can you get somebody later on? Sure, you definitely come. Love hearing Travis call out for Kareem Hunt to come back this morning. Really? I didn't.
Yeah, on his podcast, he talked about Kareem. Hopefully they bring him back.
Man, look, he deserves to be a Chief. So regardless you have him as your backup, your third or somebody, you got to get a dynamic player in here, okay? A 3-down guy that's going to be able to come in here and do some damage. Aaron Jones got a lot of ability. He's a hell of a player. We don't know what his price points are going to be. Is the question. That's like some of these other guys. But maybe that's why some teams decided to move on from some of these running backs. Like, hey, man, we got a deep class. Let's go get a young guy. We don't have to pay you, whatever certain amount of millions to you. That's the same thing Saquon Barkley just got paid. He deserved every bit of that money, okay? Because they shafted me when he was up in the Giants. So well done to Saquon Barkley for getting paid up there. He deserved that. But Kareem Hunt, I think, deserves to be here. We need to use him and utilize him a lot. And once he has his training camp and all those different things get into shape, I think we'll see a different Kareem Hunt. He's your go-to guy when you need a yard or two. He's that guy. When you need a bruiser, bring him in. Get that yard, we know he'll get it. So there's going to be some very talented running backs out there, Marcus. I think you kick the tires on a few guys, see what they want. I think you should do that. And also, too, you can go and address it in the draft. But you got to make sure you get a dynamic guy, man. You got to make sure you get the right dude. And that's what we were talking about. You were talking about, what's it, Quentin, what's his name?
Quinshon Judkins, Kid Juddy.
Yeah, Kid Juddy. I love it. Kid Juddy. Barbershop said it right here. I believe it's mandatory that we bring back Kareem Hunt. Absolutely. I don't think you go into another season without Kareem Hunt on your sideline next year. I think it'll be a disservice, Billy. I think it would be. Give him another shot for a ring. Go ahead and get it. Travis Kelce is sitting there saying, I'm going out on my shield. I'm looking to get this last one in. I'm going to do it. Might be Kareem's last one. Let them both go out there, okay? Galloping like horses, all right? But gladiators, giving it they all. And so that's what I feel, man. I think that. So, yeah, it said you need the organization to show how they have faith in him, not like the Browns kept him on a shelf to use when Chubb was hurt. Yeah, he came in. Well, Chubb's going to be free agent, I think. They letting Chubb go.
Yeah, he was one of the names I mentioned, yeah.
Yeah, you think Chubb going to be able to come here in Kansas City? I mean, he still got ability. He was running last year. It took him a while to get somewhat.
Poor guy's been through it, man, with those injuries.
Yeah.
Well, and that's the thing. It's like, I do think kind of what you said, a little bit of both, right? You bring back a veteran guy like a Kareem Hunt who showed that he can be the every down back when Pacheco was out last year, coming off the couch, coming off eating Cheetos. He came into a game getting 15 carries for 79 yards, and then had three straight 20-plus carry games, which hadn't happened since LJ back in the day, which is crazy. But I do think it's got to be a combination. Pacheco's got 1 year left. Pacheco hasn't proven to stay healthy for a full season. Hasn't done that yet. And I think it's one of those things where last year of a deal, you bring in the young guy, and obviously I want Judkins, which is second or third round, but nonetheless, it's a deep running back class. So you can get a running back from rounds 2 to 5 in this draft class, and this guy could be a hit. You bring him in, so he could potentially be the one to take over after this year. But you also bring in Kareem Hunt with that, so you have a guy. If Pacheco does go down, you're not giving the full carries to some young kid out of college. You have Kareem to kind of help wean this young guy into that fold if Pacheco gets hurt. So, and also too, to have the veteran presence of a Kareem Hunt in the backfield who already knows the system, knows the offense, and he can be a veteran to the young guy. So I think it's going to be a combination of a guy like Kareem and then a rookie guy. That's how I think they need to address the running back room this offseason.
I like it. Mike Brennan said the same thing. Pop Hunt and the rookie is nice. It'd be real nice because you still got two reliable guys. Pop and Hunt are reliable dudes. We know that. We know they're reliable guys. They know the system. They know exactly what to do. They are reliable. So I'm fine with that. I'm fine with both of them. And the same thing with Pop. I think Pop does a great job. If you bring a young whippersnapper in, like you said, teach him the ropes, let him know what he needs to do. And like, hey, it's almost like the same thing. My coach was like, look, we're going to bring him in, but y'all need to understand we're going to give him a lot more of the reps if he's a guy, especially if you take him earlier. So, but you don't get rid of a Pop and a Hunt. You don't do that. They're solid guys. They've done a lot here.
Do you seeing like the report that the Chiefs kind of want to like see they want to give him an extension, Pop, like they want to see him like be healthy for a year? Reading the tea leaves on that, does that make you think that they might be this might be the last ride for Pacheco?
I mean, look, they don't need to sign him. You could go in for an extension. Like, look, we're not doing that. You got to go out there and blow it out the water. So you got to force our hand. So I know people ask these questions, but they don't have to resign everybody. They don't. They're not loyal to any other guy to do that. Like Joe Tooney, hey, we let you go. And so it could change by next year. And the thing is, what we've been able to get from Pop thus far has been dynamic. I love everything he's been able to do for us. So hopefully he'll get back to his old self coming in this year and give us some more. And so the thing is, hey, if he blows it off the water, sure, maybe sign him. If not, then they let him go. And there'll another guy come in. The problem is, well, we know this because of the market of the running backs. They're not as valued, especially here with the Chiefs because you're not running the football 25, 30 times.
Yeah,
it's not doing it. Really. So.
Yeah, that's why it makes sense for the Chiefs to go. That's why I think they are going to do that kind of a little bit of vet and also bring in a rookie because you have a cost control guy. You get a young guy. He's cost control for the next 4 years. To pay him, and then when the 4 years are done, do the same thing again. Find this young guy or the next Pacheco. Unless you are bringing in a guy like if we do draft a Judkins type, and he does be this home run hitter. Then it's like okay. Then you have the conversation. We extend him because he's been so great for us. But if not, if he's just been a solid guy, you can find another solid guy again. I mean, look, Kareem Hunt, we proved this year that we could pick up a guy off the street, and that guy was instant success for us. Because, Kareem Hunt, literally, we pulled him off the street. First game gets 13 carries for 79 yards. Right off the gate. So it's like we do, with the way our team goes, it's like you can find a guy out there who can be that dude and not have to expend a lot of resources for the guy. And it just tells you the talent of Kareem Hunt, by the way, for the fact that he could come off the street and be that productive. It's wild.
What do you think about, and Gary says that too. Gary Holland said, what do you think about Ollie Gordon?
I know we had an interview with him. I'm just not among the running backs in this draft class, he's not one of the guys I'm a fan of.
You're not why? Tell me why. Tell me more.
I just feel like there's guys who do a little bit more. I don't want a one-trick pony. And Ollie Gordon's one of the bigger backs in this draft. We don't need. I don't think we need a masher. I think Pacheco, or if you bring back Hunt, I think you have that already. I think you need some more dynamic, someone who can be a third down pass catching type back, or he could be in there for the first and second down and be that guy. I don't think you need another kind of pounder type of guy.
Really? So even if he's running through tackles and he's making the hard yards and he's moving the chains,
that's Pacheco. That's Pacheco and Hunt's role. You got that.
No.
What?
Hey,
Pacheco's a tough runner.
He's a little bit lighter. He's a tough runner. He's not a pounder. That's not what he does. It's not his strong. Okay, we can be honest about that. But once he gets loose, he gets out there loose, right?
I guess for me, I would say I like a little bit more of a dynamic back. I would say someone who can go 88 out the gate, but also can give us the tough yards. There's plenty of guys in this draft. There's Travion Henderson from Ohio State. Judkins is also co-back. That guy, 88 out the gate. He can hit you, man. Out of nowhere, he can get an 80-yard run out of that kid. He's a good one. Obviously, I'm a big Judkins fan, huge Judkins fan. What's his name from Virginia Tech kid, who we talked about a little bit on the show, has a little bit of fumbleitis problem. He's not going to get you hard.
Oh, Scatterboo.
That's Arizona State. He's solid.
Oh, yeah.
Some fans are big fans of him, but yeah, I think I'd be happy with him as well. I'd be happy with a lot of these guys in this running back class. Ollie Gordon's one of the ones I'm not a big fan of.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
We're gonna get into these rounds right here.
Oh yeah. Oh, there you go.
Yeah. I know you had two. You had
Derek Harmon and Judkins.
Judkins. You're taking he's a round two guy.
Oh yeah. I love Judkins. And I've seen there's a lot of big fans of Judkins. There's also and that's the thing. We were looking at his cons. Like the NFL Network write-up on him was he had a below 5 yards to carry against a Big Ten conference. What kind of knock is that? He had below 5 yards to carry against conference opponents in 2024. Okay. Look at his overall yards per carry. And I don't know. I think some of the comments that they try to pull, I don't know. And also too, I've seen something that people are knocking for being a part of a committee in college. That's silly stuff, man. You're knocking a guy because he's part of a committee. He was on Ohio State's team. They have a bunch of 5-star recruits over there.
Yeah, I'm trying to think when Alabama had the guys. I'm trying to think who was behind, because they had a couple of backups. Like, oh man, the backup was killing them.
Damian Harris and I think Gibbs was on the team too.
Yeah. So caliber guys. It depends on rooting too. That's Mike Brennan rooting too.
Yeah, that's Virginia Tech guy. Yeah. I love him. He's a home run hitter. Buddy Marks from USC is another guy I'm a big fan of. There's quite a few guys in this draft class. I just RJ Harvey, I believe from UCF. He's another guy I'm a big fan of. Ollie Gordon. I know we met with him. I think I'm out on him, JD. But if we draft him, I'll rationalize the heck out of that pick.
I've been looking at Caleb Johnson.
I like him too.
Yeah, I like him a lot. I don't know how this is going to look for us, but everybody's sitting there saying, I'm like Linda Hunter. Linda, I'm right with you. Whoever the running backs will be, can they please be used this season? Linda, we're going to hold up a sign. Please use the running backs. Run the football. We need to go out there and put that out there in the air. So
one thing about Judkins and Scatterbo, both good pass protectors. And that's something you don't really see in college is pass pro from the running back spot. Both those guys,
Is that
Those
good?
guys be able to have that kind of Jet McKinnon kind of guy and Samaje Perine kind of guy who can also be more dynamic, where it's not like he's coming into the game and say, oh, we're definitely passing this down. It's like, oh, no, we might pass. We actually might hand the ball off to him. But again, that comes back to play calling as well, though. Are we going to run it a lot?
Yeah, right. So, Pono, Kawhi, man, good seeing you, brother. Ain't seen you in a while. NFL defensive lines are too tough. Pounders don't do much anymore. Get Aaron Jones versatility is more important than RBs. For us, definitely. But, I mean, Derrick Henry, pounder. He's hard to bring down. I mean, when you get a guy that's running tough, he's your guy. Same thing with my guy down there at Tampa. Kind of more so like a pounder.
Bucky Irving?
Like Bucky. Bucky's a guy, tough guy, right? Runs hard. I like those hard runners. And I love because you make them jokers tackle you. And what you do is you make sure you apply pressure and punishment on them jokers. Everybody trying to hit you. You give them the business. So, Justin Thwade, man, you threw a little wrench in. What are they going to do with Perine? No, man, I like Perine. Man.
I liked all the guys from that team last year. I just don't know if
put him on the shelf. Like I said, man, we don't need to do that again. We put him on the shelf. We put guys on the shelf. Didn't need to. We could have got a lot more out of Perine, and we didn't. But he came in and he delivered. He delivered. I can't remember a time Perine didn't come in the game and didn't deliver. Can you? I mean, he always made a play, did something, catch in one hand, get up the sideline. Get a first down for us, move the game.
Fall to the ground, getting up and catching the ball. I mean,
Man, talent, man.
Let me see here. This is funny because you brought up Bucky Irving. This is why, guys, when I see these experts online talk about the RAS scores, the agility scores for these players, don't buy into all this stuff because it sometimes doesn't really mean much. This is Bucky Irving's RAS score last year. I mean, it's like you see that, like, oh man, shouldn't draft that guy. And then look, he was the most productive rookie running back this year. I mean, and then they're going to be dealing with Rashad White because of this guy. I mean, that's how good this kid is.
Goodness gracious, look at this vertical 29.5. Is he jumping over a phone book? Wow, broad 9.7. Yeah, that's yeah.
Would you be concerned if we drafted a guy with an RAS score like that, JD, or no?
I would be. Absolutely.
You would be.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
I would be for sure. For sure.
Yeah, I was surprised that he had bad RAS score. Because in college, if you watched his tape, because that's the thing, like tape doesn't lie. I mean, like
no, tape don't lie. For sure. That's one thing you got to look at. This is just only one measure of things, right? You have a few things that you can comprise to say is explosion, is speed, and all those things wrapped into one. And what measures that is your vertical and your broad. It's your explosion. And this is not a good measure of it, Marcus. Not at all. And so when you sit over here evaluating a running back, you're like, oh man, your vertical got to be at least a 35. Your broad got to be at least 10-4, at least. Because running backs, they live with their legs. If they don't have any type of explosion, you and I going to be able to get in throughout the game, throughout the huddle, throughout the between tackles and stuff. So that's a good indicator. That'd be tough. Take a guy like that.
Yeah.
But what you do then, Marcus? Hey, coach, put this tape on. You tell me what you see. Okay.
Yeah. And if you were a scout scouting his Oregon team, you're like, oh, I'm happy he did awful at the combine because now everyone's gonna be off him. You need to look at this guy's tape. Go to your GM and show the tape because his tape, it didn't lie. He was a phenomenal running back at Oregon.
Yeah, I'm just saying that when you as a scout, you gotta get on the table. You got to show all these numbers. You're like, oh man. So he's like, okay, I want you shoot. Convince me. Yeah, I see his tape. Yeah, is it against Sisters of the Poor? Who's he running against? Who's trying to tackle him? Is it going to be an account next year? Is what we're going to ask, right? That's what I want to see. Is he Poindexter out there that's he ain't trying to tackle nobody. So that's what it is, man. And you got to go into the scout saying, this is why I believe we should draft a guy like this. I know his tapes and I know his measurables and his numbers don't look that good, but this is why you got to get him. So,
yeah. So, running backs, we'll see. A little bit of both, a little bit of veteran, some rookie. We're good. And then you have your succession plan to Pacheco potentially with a rookie. So there you go.
How about we bring back Louis Rees-Zammit? Nate, I had to give one to you. Newt.
Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out the best clips from Chief Concerns. And if you prefer to listen to the show, subscribe and follow us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and anywhere else you get your podcasts.